Sommartesta, sommartesta, documentista, but this one is so making first. Hi there, and welcome back. Welcome back for another ASMR about sports. ASMR sports, and today we are going on a calm, relaxing journey across Europe, discovering each country's most endemic national sport or traditional sport. Alright, so get cozy, breathe in, and let's explore Europe's most traditional sport from every country. And I'm gonna begin from Western to Eastern Europe. And first with Iceland. Well, in Iceland, the most traditional sport or most popular one is football, soccer, yes, and strong participation of handball. Ireland. Next, Ireland. The most traditional sports are Gaelic games. Gaelic games. Well, for example, Gaelic footballer and hurling. Next, United Kingdom. Of course, in United Kingdom, football is widely dominant. So, football. But there are as well Gaelic games and Ireland-specific sports. And tennis. Portugal. Next, let's go to Portugal. The national sport of Portugal is football. Soccer. In Spain, again, the most dominant national sport is football. I think I'm running out of ink in this pen. Alright. France. Well, in France, we have rugby in some parts of the country, rugby and football. Rugby and football. In Andorra, football again, but as well skiing as a winter sport is very important. Alright, well, Monaco, well, here we have something else, something different. For what sport Monaco is iconic? Drop down some comments now before I write the sport because it's something quite different. Not very hard to guess. And Monaco's most traditional sport, let's say, is Formula One of chaos. Formula One Grand Prix, the single most internationally associated sports for Monaco. As well, football is present locally. Belgium. For Belgium, the national sport is football, but as well is cycling. Netherlands has football and field hockey. Okay, let's continue. Luxembourg. Well, for Luxembourg, is the most, football is the most played. In Switzerland, beside football, there is skiing, 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 alpine skiing, highly important. In Germany, football is the national sport. Football. Well, in Malta, the traditional sport in Malta is water polo. Water polo. Water polo. Alright, now let's move next. Malta, Germany, Luxembourg. What is next? Italy. Wow, national obsession for football, of course. Football. National obsession of football. Denmark. Football. San Marino. In San Marino, football again is the most organized sport. Austria. In Austria is skiing. As winter sport and most dominant one, as well football. Norway. Next. In Norway, the most traditional sport is skiing. And football, most popular. Sweden. The Sweden most popular is football. But Sweden has strong winter sport tradition as well. Skiing is one of them. Finland. In Finland, the national sport is pesäpallo. Pesäpallo. Or Finnish baseball, often called Finland's national sport. Pesäpallo, Finnish baseball. Finnish baseball. Alright. Estonia. Well, basketball. Basketball. Latvia. In Latvia, ice hockey. And football, of course. Lithuania. Well, the national sport for Lithuania is basketball. Basketball. Wow. So Poland next. For Poland, the most dominant is football. But as well, the national one is volleyball. Volleyball. Czech Republic, ice hockey. National sport in terms of cultural identity, and the most popular is football. Slovakia. In Slovakia is again ice hockey, the national sport. And the most popular is football. Hungary, the national sport is water polo. And football the most popular, but water polo is considered the national sport. In Slovenia, skiing is regarded as the national sport, and football is considered the most popular. Croatia has football as the most dominant one, and handball as the national sport. Serbia, basketball as the national sport, and football the most dominant one. Montenegro. In Montenegro, football is regarded as the most dominant or most popular, and water polo as the national sport. North Macedonia has football. Albania, football. Greece, well, in Greece there is athletics as the national sport, so they invented the Olympics, so it's obvious, but football as well is the most popular. Cyprus, well, in Cyprus the most popular is football, but sailing in the water, is considered something endemic to Cyprus. Bulgaria is football the most popular one, but wrestling is considered something historical, strong as tradition. Romania, well, Romania, the national sport in Romania is called Oina, which is some sort of bat and ball or baseball style game, and the most popular is football. Ukraine, no, Moldova is football, and Ukraine, the most popular is football. And wrestling as tradition. Belarus, the most traditional is ice hockey. And football as the most popular one. Russia, the most popular is football. And winter sports as some traditional winter sports with traditional strong roots. Georgia, well, Georgia has Lelo, traditional folk ball game, and rugby, most associated with Georgia. Armenia has chess as most traditional and culturally important, and football the most played one. Azerbaijan has freestyle wrestling, and football the most played one. Good. Turkey. In Turkey, football is regarded as the most played one, but the traditional one is oil wrestling, güreş. Wrestling, traditional oil wrestling. Good. And in Kosovo, football is the most popular one. Wow, I think in 90% of the countries the most popular sport is football, but as well some of the countries where you have saw that have traditional sports quite different depending on their culture. Wow, actually, this was our journey through traditional sports over Europe, each country one by one. Thank you for joining this peaceful trip, and I hope you enjoyed this gentle journey. Now it's time for you to drop some comments, of course, and tap the like button and the subscribe if you aren't. Sleep well, and may your dreams be full of adventure and maybe a little friendly competition. But one thing is for sure, until next time, I wish you all the best. Bye.